Yeah. What's up with y'all, boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this beautiful money-making Saturday, just like we are 365 days a year with the Pick Dawgz Morning Show. Man, oh man, oh man, what a card we have today. Are we still in the dog days or are they over? We're still officially in them, man, but we got, 26 games in total today between Major League Baseball, 16 there. 2 from the WNBA, and then I forgot how many exactly from the NFL, but a good amount of them. So we're just here to let you guys know our thoughts, our opinions, and how we see the day's action playing out. We appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in, show up, and watch these shows, watch these episodes. All we ask is that you smash that like button for us. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As I always say, man, if you're rocking with us, rock with us. We're active on socials at PickDawgz. All of us are active individually, and we have premium plays over at the site. Got a good crew of guys with me here today. I got Ron the Don Romanelli, Mr. Rundown, here on a Saturday. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. I agree. Great card today. We got 8 NFL preseason. It's been a entertaining preseason, I'd say, so far. Obviously for you and your guy yesterday, but I think overall, we've seen the dogs do pretty well. A couple of outright winners for some pretty sizable dogs. So plenty of value to be had even in NFL preseason.
They told me bust down my AP. Perfect timing. Javon, what's happening?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, won one day yesterday, but fell into the green plus money with the St. Louis Cardinals. They got the job done in a big way. So yeah, I like baseball because I get to attack plus money quite often. And if if they won't give me a chance to attack plus money, I'll force my way into attacking plus money by manipulating the line, because baseball is just one of those sports where you could do that. So, you know, good night. Looking to make it a beautiful Saturday because we do have some action.
We have some action on the card today. Man, last night, how did last night end up going for me? Wasn't I don't think it was. Did I go slightly positive? I forgot. I had 5 plays. I dropped both in the dub. Wings almost had it. Links are, was what it was. Baseball, lost Rangers, won Marlins, and then I won the Browns. So I went 2-3 yesterday. But maybe slight profit because the Browns was huge plus money. I had them outright money line. So something like that for me yesterday. Hasn't been my best week. I've been telling y'all that all week, man, but still putting in the work, trying to find spots, trying to find situations, and just here to let you guys know my thoughts, my opinions, man, on this beautiful money-making Saturday. I'll get it out quickly, man. Last night, my guy, 12, played exactly how I thought he would. I think he could be the starter for the Browns day one. I wholeheartedly believe that. So with that belief, if you thought that I didn't think that he was going to go out there and dice up the second and third string of the worst team in the NFL over the last 2 to 3 seasons, a team with no depth, I thought you were quite delusional. Because, and the only reason the line was that big was because the Panthers were slated to play starters, which they did, 2 drives. He didn't play. I don't think it was, off the charts, like, oh my God, look at him. But I thought he played exactly how he was supposed to in the circumstances. He came in, ran the offense, and got the ball where it needed to be, won the football game, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 106 passer rating. My eyes don't deceive me. I've seen this kid play football since he was 8 years old. And since he was that old, he's always been one of the best players, if not the best player on the field. Pee-wee, middle school, high school, Jackson State, Colorado. My eyes don't deceive me, man. He's a good football player. There's a reason he had first-round grade. We'll see. I'm so happy and interested to continue to follow his story. I think he's probably one of the most polarizing players in the NFL since Johnny? So we'll see, man. I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun.
I've seen enough. Give him the MVP. Give him the Rookie of the Year. First ballot Hall of Famer, Shaddoor Sanders. I've seen enough. Just barely above 50% completion. That's all I need.
So, man, was preseason game 1, but for the circumstances, shout out to him. And we got a couple more interesting spots and things to talk about today from the preseason, like Mr. Henderson, first touch in the NFL to the house on a kick return. Oh my God. Them Patriots finally got a couple weapons. It'd be interesting to see what they look like this season for real. I didn't really watch much of that Falcons-Lions. That game looked like it was terrible. So, man, and we got some more to talk about today. So we'll talk about it. We'll break it down, let you guys know our thoughts. Anything else y'all boys want to talk about before we hop into today's action?
Nah, you pretty much said what needed to be said. Look, my whole thing is this. There's a lot of stiffs out there, a lot of bums that get shots in the NFL that are under center. So why not give Shaddoor Sanders a shot? Because for me, he's accurate. He was accurate in college. He's going to continue to be accurate. He's going to continue to throw the ball where the receiver's supposed to be, as opposed to throwing it at the receiver, which is huge. He has a temperament. He has the pedigree. That's for damn sure. So the talent's there. What he does with it, I mean, he's been doing what he's supposed to do so far. It's not like he's facing first stringers or anything out there. But look what they got on their roster. Look who they have in their quarterback room. He'll be able to outshine those bums. I mean, you got guys that again drafted by the New Orleans Saints who were pathetic in college, who continue to be pathetic in training camp, and are gonna be pathetic when they get burned tonight. So, that's my whole thing. Giving him a shot, he's not gonna look any worse than those other guys. So, and I think he'll look better.
Fair enough. Shout out to the kid. I know we had to talk a little bit about it here before we got started today. But now let's do it, man. We got 26 games to talk about. A lot of ground to cover. So let's start to do exactly that. Let's put y'all on some winners. Money making Saturday, man. It feels good to have a card like this. Let's do it. We got a double header to start the day, featuring a team near and dear to my heart. Finally got back on the board yesterday. Finally. God damn, it was a tough week betting them. Got it done for us yesterday. Game 1 is the Money Marlins. Gusto on the mound for them in this one. Who was that? Waldrop on the mound for the Atlanta Braves. Line is even as of right now. We have the Yankees. Ooh, yeah, the Yankees. Gill on the mound for them. Framber on the mound for the Astros. Astros, Yankees, even line. I mean, I was actually, same thing as yesterday. I'm thoroughly surprised to see this line even. I am thoroughly surprised. I felt like the Astros should have been a pretty decent favorite yesterday, and I feel like they should be a pretty decent favorite today. I don't know. Is that the Yankees tax? Maybe. We have the Nationals and the Giants. This is Lord versus Weisenhunt. And we have the Angels and the Tigers. Yusei Kikuchi versus Big Unk Morton, formerly known as Old Man Morton. Mr. Rundown, start off the day for us. How we feeling?
Yeah, so I gave up the over in that Yankees-Astros on the rundown. I still like the over, but I like the Yankees. I think he'll be okay. I think he'll have a better start than he had in his season debut. But I think the Yankees will get to Framber. He's not been great on the road this season. Wasn't great in his most recent outing. The current Yankees roster actually has some pretty good numbers against him in the past. So I think Framber's in trouble in this game. And I think that the majority of the scoring will be done by the Yankees. I think that's why you see the line where it is. I'm going to go with the Yankees on the money line. I also like the Tigers on the money line. Tigers just crushed Kikuchi in the past. They've got great numbers against them. Morton's got great numbers against his current Angels lineup. So give me Detroit. They had a nice comeback victory yesterday. I think they carry that momentum to another win here.
I had Detroit on a parlay yesterday, and I thought I was dead in the water. They went down, what was that, 5-3 late? I was like, this shit's over. And then my boy came through with the 3-run shot. I said, ooh, just to get got by another 3-1 shot later in the day. Was what it was, man. Be what it be. Thoughts on the Tigers? I know you was hating on them a little bit. They came out cold out of the All-Star break. They kind of playing decently right now. What are your full season thoughts on them? Can they do it? Or you still think slightly overrated or properly rated now currently?
Overrated.
Fair. Javon, how you feeling first slide of the day?
I'm looking at the over in the Astros Yankees game. Just looking at the way things might pan out in this one. I mean, the wind is blowing in, so there's that goes against that, I guess. But, time of the ball game, 2:00, that makes for more runs in my book, being that it's in New York, being that it's in the Bronx. Luis Hill's on the mound. He should give some up, continue to knock some of the rust off with him. Framber, I expect him to give up a good 3, maybe 4 runs. He struggles. He labors against the Yanks. That's what it's been in his career. So, then you get to the bullpen. I think the bullpen should give some up. Having Judge back in the lineup, it kind of works wonders for the Yanks. So even though it really didn't show last night, really as of yet, but just the way teams pitch to him, the way they approach him, or the way they approach his lineup with him in the lineup as opposed to not being in the lineup, it should come to fruition in some way, so forth throughout this weekend, and I think it will today. So, looking for this one to get over 8. Really don't like anything else in this one.
Fair enough. It's a lot of meat on the bone today, so no need to talk about things we don't like. And that's why I'm going to be fairly quick in this slide, too. I'm on the Marlins. The Marlins have pretty much kept me afloat over the last 2 months, especially with how dominant they've been on the road. I'm a Braves hater. I tried to give Braves the benefit of the doubt last series against Milwaukee. I thought that was going to be the series. Milwaukee cooled off. Of course, we know how that turned out. They got swept. They haven't looked – the Braves just are not a good baseball team. Just flat out. They're just not a good baseball team. This is a team 9 games below 500. Marlins are the better team. And with their road dominance, even money, sign me up. Is pretty much where I'm at. I'm just taking the better team on the road at even money. I'm on the Astros. I'm on the Astros. This is a Yankees team that is playing god-awful baseball. Like, this team has lost 4 of their last 5. They're just overrated and overvalued, man. Judge coming back into the lineup hasn't saved them like many people thought it would. This line don't even make sense. Framber is 2 times the pitcher that Gill is. I understand the road is not where he's his best, but I think the only reason this line is even is Yankees tax. If I was the line maker here, my line would probably be Houston minus $1.30. So getting 20 cents of value is the direction I lean. And y'all know I fucking hate the Astros, but I'll rock with them in a spot like this behind Framber Valdez. I also like Old Man Morton and the Detroit Tigers. Old Man Morton, aka Big Unc Morton, been dealing since a couple months now. His last outing was a solid one, even though they didn't win that game. I thought he pitched really well. Wasn't his fault. Not in love with the current form of the Angels. I told you I think they're going to be a fave for majority of the season. Good price with the Tigers at home with how well they've won and been at home. It's Tigers. No reason for me to overcomplicate that. Detroit for me in that one. We keep it rolling to the next slide. We have the Cincinnati Reds, Nick Martinez, Ron's favorite pitcher in the whole wide world, on the other side versus Ashcraft for the Pirates. We have the Orioles and the Athletics. This is Young versus Perkins. We have the White Sox versus the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is Cantillo versus Burke. And we have the Royals versus the Twins. Bailey Ober versus Nick Cameron. Jovan, how you feeling in these four, my man?
So what, they're turning Ashcraft back into a starter, or is this a spot start bullpen type of game? I don't know. What is it? Hold on. Is this Braxton Ashcraft, which is a different Ashcraft?
Yeah, I think this is a different one. It's not Graham Ashcraft.
Okay, all right. But hey, listen, I don't know much about him, but I gotta be on the Cincinnati Reds in this one. They gave it up yesterday, lost 3-2, but I think they bounced back in this one. Do I want to be on the side where Nick Martinez is on the mound? Not really, but in each of his last 4 starts, he's given up 2 runs. So that's good in my book. As long as he keeps things afloat, the Pirates, they're still a light hitting ball club. I think they even up this series 1-1 going into tomorrow for the rubber match. So give me the Cincinnati Reds at a decent price as far as I'm concerned. I'm also on the White Sox. And I think the situation where wrong team's favorite, just for this spot, Sean Burke, he has been pitching better. I will say that about him. And being that this is at home, I think that we could go extendo the other way, -1.5 for the Chicago White Sox. They did try to battle back yesterday. Couldn't quite get the job done. But of course they couldn't get the job done because they was getting blasted early. But they did put up some runs late. You could call it some garbage time runs, but they put up some runs nonetheless. So as long as Burke is able to keep these guys in the ball game, I expect for them to get things done, especially with a lefty on the mound, and they've been hitting lefties. That's where you back them for a win, full game, as far as I'm concerned. So, look, money line is in play, -1.5 the other way for the external clips in play. That's how I'm rocking with them.
I don't necessarily disagree. The White Sox still been one of the most profitable teams post All-Star break. Guardians, I don't trust them nearly the same out on the road as I do at home. I think this is a really good plus money opportunity here with the White Sox. And I ain't mad at going the other way, extendo look either. Other one I like here in this slot is, believe it or not, the damn trash-ass 50-50 Twins. Ron, they done fought their way back. It's going to be interesting.
We got a shot. I mean, this is a big series. We took the first one.
It's going to be interesting. I'm rocking with y'all. It's a twin series. Fuck the Royals. Y'all know me. When the Twins get to playing well, I like to rock with them. They won, 4 of their last 5, 3 straight. They're just a streaky team, man. I wasn't in love with them post All-Star break because they sold half their team. But shout out to them. That's how you got to bet baseball, man. All aboard. Let's go Twins. So I like the White Sox and the Twins here. I think 2 solid plus money opportunities in this slot. Home teams both have played, better baseball recently than they have full season. I think they're both really good shots, White Sox and Minnesota. How you feeling, Ron?
I don't love my chances today. I think the Royals have such good numbers against Ober and he's just not had a good season. I can't expect him to do enough for this one. But the bats are hot, so I will say I think the over is also worth a look. I remember back in Jameson Taillon when he was a prevalent starter for the Yankees. We'd always hear Mitch say, Jameson Taillon, automatically I'm betting the other team. And that's how I am with Nick Martinez on the road. Nick Martinez on the road, auto fade. Give me the Pirates. The Reds are 3-8. Nick Martinez's road starts this year. That's not going to get it done. Definitely one of the least profitable road pitchers and road starters in baseball. So give me Pittsburgh. They're playing good baseball at home this season. They're playing good baseball in this series. Reds have only scored 2 runs combined the first 2 games. Not necessarily what you look from a team that's in playoff desperation right now, needing to pick up these wins, but that's what we've seen.
Fair enough. I wonder if this Ashcraft is related to the other one.
I don't think so, but maybe.
Where's Roof Low?
I'll look it up now.
We have the Mets and the Brew Crew. This is Myers for Milwaukee. I still see undecided for New York. If y'all see somebody in the comments or one of y'all, let me know. We got the Marlins and the Braves. Game 2. What a matchup.
They are brothers.
They are. See? Ooh.
I knew I wasn't that far off.
There we go. But doubleheader action. We got Marlins Braves. We got Sandy Alcantara on the mound. On the other side for the Braves is Eric Fede. What a matchup. Justin says it is Montas for the Mets today. Fair enough. Appreciate you, Justin. We got the Cubs and the Cardinals. This is Colin Ray versus Palante. And we have my favorite team, the Texas Rangers. What a fucking matchup this is. Oh, man. If I'm not busy later, I might got to scroll through and go to this one. Yeah, I know, man. We got Mama that man, Jacob deGrom on the mound for the Rangers. And on the other side, knock, knock. Who's there?
Good.
Jesus. Jesus who? Jesus Luzardo very well might kick the crap out of my Rangers today. We'll see. And I'm up first. If I'm betting it, I'm betting the Phillies. I'm sorry. I am. I'm betting the Phillies. Yesterday, I bet the Rangers. They got smacked up. I just don't like playing the Rangers when their offense isn't playing all that well, which it didn't look that great last night. And as good as DeGrom is, they haven't been as dominant in the DeGrom starts as you would think. They just haven't. He's been good. He's been one of the best pitchers in baseball, but I can't pass up plus money with the Phillies. For me, this is just a plus money series because I think both of these two teams are fairly even. I'll give Rangers slight advantage for being home, but if you're giving me plus money and we're splitting hairs, that's where I'm at, basically, is how I'm attacking this series. I was wrong yesterday doing it, but I think we're in a good place today. It's not a premium, but this is too good of a game for me to have a couple of dollars on, not to sit down and watch. I would want to put money on my Rangers, but plus money with the Phillies playing well right now. Luzardo on them, man. That's where I'm at. What else we got here? Marlins game 2. Marlins 2-team parlay. Marlins. Sandy, what did he do in his last game? He was okay, right? And then he got blown up late. Or let me see. I forgot exactly what happened. I looked at it earlier. Anyways, I just don't think the Braves lineup is going to do much damage, and even if they do, on the mound for them in this one is Eric Fede, who's been one of the most least profitable pitchers in baseball this season. So, Braves hater, Eric Fede hater, Marlins backer. Marlins still the most profitable team in baseball, the most profitable road team in baseball. You got Sandy on the mound. Can you blame me? I don't think you can. Marlins. Ron, how we feeling?
I got to roll the Brewers. I mean, Tobias Myers, first start back, always a little scary, but the Mets bats have been ice cold. I mean, we saw them early in the game, the home runs. Looks like, oh, they're back, and then they didn't do much of anything the rest of the game. Brewers have a great bullpen. They're on a roll. The first team to 70 wins, the first team to 71 wins. I think they win another game here. So give me a Milwaukee. I can't back Frankie Montas, that's for sure.
Not sweeping the Braves. I heard y'all say the same thing about the Yankees. I remember when we swept them boys right up out of here, and everybody told me it wasn't going to happen. Just saying. I've seen crazier things happen. Devon, how you feeling?
Yeah. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Gotta roll with the Brewers. You know, they're only the hardest team in baseball, and they keep on getting it done. They're at home, going up against Frankie Montas. Oh, he's gonna give it up. That's what I believe. I mean, it's just one of those things where it seems like the stars align. I don't care who's pitching for the Brewers. Yeah, Tobias Myers, he's gonna knock the rust off at some point. He'll be decent, I guess, down the line. But I don't think that matters. I think that the batting order is gonna do damage all game in this one. If it's not Frankie Montas, or whether it is him or not, the bullpen's gonna come out there and give it up as well. So it'll be Brewers all day for me. And if I want to get the price down to get in the plus money, I might not only go -1.5 on the run line, I might go extendo clip. So that's how I'll play it. Man, I'm gonna go with Atlanta. They strung together, a couple wins. I think they might be on a 2 or 3 game winning streak. Sandy just continues to give it up.
They lost yesterday.
They
lost yesterday.
Oh, they did lose yesterday. They came back? Is that what it was?
It was 5-1. I think Braves was up 1-0, and the Marlins smashed them after that.
Oh, nah. But anyway, regardless of that, Sandy's on the mound. He continues to give it up. I don't see him. I mean, even with a weak lineup that the Braves have become, I don't see him having a quality start in this one. Eric Fede, look, he's one of those guys where he could have a tremendous game or he could get blasted. I'm looking more towards him having a decent start. I'm not even going to say a quality start, but just a decent start. I think that's all we need in this one. So I will be back in Atlanta in this one. And I'm looking at Texas. Jesus Luzardo, he's a lefty. He pitched well in his start before last, 7 innings, no earned runs against the White Sox. Last start, it was a beat down. They beat down the Orioles, so he didn't really have to do much. But he went 6, gave up 3. I think in this one though, the Texas Rangers, they're batting well against lefties in their last 10 games. So I'll give them a shot at home. They are a little bit more juiced than what they. Well, I mean, it's the Grom on the mound, so it's going to be juiced, but not as juiced as it would be against another ball club. So I'll take that as value. Being that it's DeGrom on the mound. DeGrom hasn't pitched so well as of late, giving up 5 runs in each of his last 2 starts, but I have faith in him to right the ship. So it'll be Rangers for me.
Fair enough. For me, the question in that game, the question in that game is, do I trust the Rangers offense to get to Luzardo? And the answer to that question is fuck no.
I don't act like Luzardo hasn't been blown up this year.
Yeah, but it's a 2-part question. You're also talking about the most profitable under team at home all season long, the Rangers. So it's a 2-part question, and I don't trust them boys. I don't. Under probably the best play. It's probably the best play. It's probably just where I need to be, and that's where I'll probably be. Nerfy. Rangers team total under. Phillies team total under. Let's go extended under. Let's go. This game, I don't think they score 3 runs. I'm thinking, it's probably going to be 3. I'm thinking we're looking at a 2-1 game at best. We'll see. Usually when you got a good pitching matchup like this, they usually get blown up, but I don't think so. All right, last slot of the day in baseball before we keep it rolling to the NFL. We have the Rockies. Colorado Rockies. They're battling it out with Arizona. This is Blaylock versus Rodriguez. We got the Red Sox and the Padres. Lucas Giolito versus Michael King. We have the Toronto Blue Jays. Chris Bassett versus Blake Snell and the Monstars. And we have the Rays and the Mariners. Joe Boyle versus Logan Evans. Ron the Don. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm going to take the over in Blue Jays Dodgers. I think it's a good over. Bassett's really struggled on the road. I don't like backing Blake Snell in his first couple of starts back, whether it's the beginning of the season or from an injury. He returned from the 60-day IL. And in his last game against the Rays wasn't the sharpest. Rays won that game. Blue Jays are a really tough matchup. They don't strike out much. They work pitch counts. They're a solid lineup against lefties. Is exactly what you don't want to see if you're Blake Snell, who is a strikeout-dependent pitcher that has control issues. So I think we see a lot of runs from both teams early and often. Give me the over. I also think the Red Sox, I like their chances. They're playing good baseball. And Michael King, his first start back from an injury, wasn't great in rehab start, only had 1 outing, got crushed. I think that Giolito has been a profitable option for Boston. They're playing good baseball, like I said. The offense has been there. So while they were kind of, semi-sellers or not aggressive buyers at the deadline, here they are playing their best baseball of the year. So give me Boston.
Fading you. Give me the Padres. It's perfect time to fade the Red Sox. They have been playing well. I believe they still have the best record last, 30 games in baseball.
Why is it the perfect time to fade them?
Because I think, how can I put this? I just think that now, like, they had their stretch. We've seen they went through their Linsanity run stretch. That's all I think. They're
So
not.
Would you take the Brewers over the Mets?
Today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. When's the right time to fade them?
I've been trying. Braves last series, where you been? Got my ass clapped. So shit.
You gonna be on tomorrow with Quinn Priester on the mound?
I don't know.
Oh God, no.
So
can't fade that kid.
Yeah, so I mean, the Brewers are just on another level right now. And the Red Sox, they are on that level, but the difference is Milwaukee's at home right now, facing a team in the Mets who's better at home. The Red Sox are on the road here, playing a Padres team who plays their best baseball at home. So I just think this is a good kind of cool-off series. It's kind of my same argument I had for the Braves and Brewers. Brewers are a much better home team. The Braves that play their best baseball at home this season. I thought that was the series. So y'all know me. I'm looking for spots. I'm looking for situations. And I feel
Padres
like
can
it's
play
a good spot, good situation.
They can play their best baseball at home, but they got crushed yesterday, 10-2. And now you're laying, odds -135 with a pitcher that hasn't pitched in months, that had 1 rehab start that gave up 6 runs in 3 innings. And you've got one of the most profitable pitchers in baseball getting plus money on the road, and their team just scored 10 runs yesterday. I got to take the plus money.
No, I get it. I get your argument. I'm just spot playing. I'm going the other way. I think if I had to call it, this is the public underdog of the day. This is the underdog. Everybody's loving the public dog, and they might get crushed. We'll see. I could be wrong. I think I'm right. Let's do it, Padres.
You could be right. I just don't like your explanation.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm sharp chasing a little bit. I admitted it with the Brewers, and I'll admit it here. I'm sharp chasing a little bit. I'm just trying to find the spot because I think it's coming.
Just say I'm on the Padres, and I have no effing clue why.
No, I'm on the Padres because I believe the Red Sox are about to cool off, and I trust the Padres at home.
Yeah, I thought
this line is fun.
I thought they were cool off last night. It was a spot they should have cooled off. Bueller on the mound, traveling from east to west, even though it's a day off in between. Stars were aligned. Yeah, they beat them up 10-2. Was it?
Yeah.
They're not. I mean, you got to roll with them in this one. That plus money, given that Giolito's having a resurgent year. Win 8 one-run ball. Last game against Houston. Game before that, six innings, 1 run. Listen, he's pitching quite well. I don't know, maybe he's just learned how to pitch. Going up against Michael King, who, like Ron said, hasn't been around for months, and I didn't know about his rehab start. But it doesn't bode well for him in this one because the Red Sox are seeing the ball well. It's really that simple. Regardless of what happened yesterday, I was going to be on the Red Sox. That's how I was playing it. San Diego Friday night, Red Sox Saturday night, and then figure it out for the Sunday matchup. But I'm not going to reverse course in this one. I'm going to keep on rolling with the Red Sox.
Fair enough.
Oh, and I will be on the Blake Snells, the Dodgers. I mean, look, I've made a lot of money with Blake Snell, fading him, coming off of IL stints and not being signed until the 12th, damn near the 12th hour, the 11th hour of an MLB season, and fading him for like 4 or 5 games straight at the beginning of the season, and getting that money each and every time. But Chris Bassett on the road, he's gonna get lit up. He got lit up. That's the game that I went to a couple months back where he got absolutely crushed, and where he gets blown up is on the road. And I think he gets blown up against the Dodgers. And if he doesn't exactly get blown up, this bullpen from the Blue Jays, they should get touched up as well. So, I think it all signs point to the Dodgers, and I'll take it up to -2.5 extended clip, and that's plus 186. It was hours ago.
I would lean Jays all aboard the hype train. Just a small lean. Probably not playing it. And I would lean Seattle. Tampa just is dumb, just retarded. Like, oh my God, it doesn't even make sense. The Mariners have one bat. One. There's only one person in that entire lineup that you think can do anything offensively, right? So we up 2-0. We up 2-0. We chilling. We up 2-0. All right, they get 2 on. Were we in the 8th? 2 on in the 8th, and here comes the home run leader in baseball. I'm walking his ass. I'm walking him. He's not going to hurt me. I don't care. I'm letting the man behind him hit a grand slam, and that's how I lose. If you think for a second I'm pitching to Cal Raleigh, come on. We all knew what was going to happen. I drive. It's gone. Fucking retarded, bro. I don't get how managers get paid this much money to just sit there and make dumb decisions. Like, bro.
That's the age-old question in Major League Baseball.
Bro. Seattle's lineup is loaded. Come on. You just called me a clown a minute ago, and then your next words out your mouth is Seattle's lineup is loaded. Show me the year Seattle's lineup has been loaded. Show me. Show me which stat proves Seattle's lineup is loaded. Show me.
I don't know. Dylan Moore is pretty good. Miles Mastroboni.
I was going to name when the Mariners lineup was loaded. It wasn't in this ever. It's about
2001.
yeah,
Yes,
2001,
you can.
2020,
Yes, you can put the winning run on base.
1999.
Yes, you can.
For the mid 90s to mid 2000s, they pretty loaded.
I'm dying on that hill, James. You can put the winning run on base. What you don't do is pitch to the person who has the most home runs in the Major League Baseball for the win, for the lead. That's not what you do. I don't care. I don't care. That's not what you do. You do not pitch to him. Walk. Go ahead, sir. If y'all beat us, y'all beat us.
You know, listen, I had the Rays as my underdog game of the month, so you're more animated than I am, but it was 2-0. He hung a sweeper. I don't think he was trying to pitch to him, and the sweeper still was off the plate. It probably would have been called a ball, and Raleigh, he got to it. That's why he's one of the best.
And that's why you walk him.
I know, but you can't necessarily intentionally walk him. If you're going to get him to chase the sweeper in the dirt, then that's what you're going to do. But
why don't you intentionally walk him? Based on what?
Because he pitched around in the first two pitches. He tried to do it the third pitch. It caught a little bit too much of the plate. That was it.
See, this is my problem with baseball, because I still feel like the game is passed by people. Why are you pitching around him? If you're pitching, like, it don't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. If the goal is to not get him to swing at a pitch he can hit, walk him. Intentionally walk. Put your hand up like you try to do. Put your hand up.
You want him to chase it a pitch out of the zone, make weak contact, and get out of the inning. You don't necessarily want to load the bases and put the tying run at second base.
Yes, you do.
No, he's not Barry Bonds. I mean, he's like I said, they were pitching around him.
Yes, he is. Yes, the fuck he is. Yes, he is. He had more home runs in the first half of the season than Barry. He had the most home runs in the first half than any other player in baseball. He was better than Bonds.
I don't know about that.
No, that's a fact.
That
is a fact. If my stat is better than the person who y'all claim, I'm better, and he was better.
Well, if you don't pitch to a batter, and that person that one mistake a pitcher makes you pay every time, which was Barry Bonds, then you're talking about something. But that's not that guy. I mean, they challenged him, so they challenge most players in this league. Doesn't matter, Aaron Judge or whatever. But Barry Bonds was a different breed. He didn't see good balls to hit, and he still hit them.
He's not literally better than Barry Bonds, but my argument is, if I come out and hit more threes if I come out and hit more threes in a season than Steph Curry, can I not come out and say that I'm a better shooter than Steph Curry?
Yes, but would you still let Curry shoot from the half court unattended? Of course you would. Oh, so you would cover them at half court.
Yes,
this is exactly what the Rays did, basically.
Just like when Dame took that shot, just like when Dame hit Paul George with that shot. You do not give him that shot. Paul George, after the fact, that's a bad shot. He hit the bad shot. He hit it. We're talking about the greatest players on the planet. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about college. We're not talking about Little League. We're not talking about high school. We're talking about the best hitter in baseball this season. And I don't give a damn. You do not throw him that pitch. You do not pitch to him in that moment. And you did, and you lost. You paid the price for it. And that's why the Rays are going to be out the playoffs. Poverty team, poverty franchise. I'll get off my high horse.
There's no point of just intentionally walking him. They should have walked him in a different way. He hung the sweeper. It was a mistake pitch, and that's all she wrote.
I know I just gotta get animated sometimes. They busted up my parlay last night. Fair. Let's talk some football, man. Let's talk some NFL football. Anything y'all might have missed?
Hold on. I'm actually watching it right now. I just want to see what the hell's going. Oh yeah. No, it was a good pitch. It was a good pitch.
He made a better swing. I mean, that's just Cal Raleigh.
He basically got on his knees to get that.
Yeah, I mean, and he's hit those before, but it's still, most times, guys swinging at that type of pitch, it's going to end up being an out or a foul ball. I mean, for him to hit that,
it's just like saying
420
that's
feet.
just like saying Steph Curry come down shooting from 40. Most guys miss. You're right.
I'll
Most
let
guys
him-
are missing. Not the best player in the league to do it, and that's who he is. I'm not letting Curry come down, shoot from 40, and then blaming it on everybody else not hitting that shot. I'm not doing that. And the same reason I'm not pitching to the person with the most home runs and then saying, well, everybody else is not hitting that pitch. I'm not doing that. And that's just me. I get y'all's argument. I really do. But in that same breath, I'm living with who's behind Cal Raleigh in that lineup. What is he hitting? How many home runs he got? You know, I'm living with the result. And that's just me.
I want you to manage your own baseball team and see where it goes.
World Series.
It'll be Ron Washington. They'll have to take you out in the middle of the season.
There. Baseball is still a game I'm learning all the way. Like, I feel like I know it, but like, you know, it's little tidbits in baseball that make baseball, you know.
I hear you and I don't hear you.
I hear you. All right, NFL football, man. Let's do it. We got a lot of preseason games today. We got the Giants and the Buffalo Bills. Bills right now 3-point home favorites. This game starts in about 2 hours. We got the Texans and the Vikings. Vikings 4-point. This line has grown. It was 3. It's now 4. We got the Steelers and the Jags. Jags 4.5-point home favorites. And we got the Cowboys and the Rams. Cowboys 1.5-point road favorites. So we'll split it up into 2 sections, 4 and 4. I believe you're up first here, Jovan. You got any thoughts in these first 4 NFL preseason games?
Yes, let me get off this damn baseball page. That's what I need to do first.
Are you new here? Do you not know who I am?
Nah, but man, first game for the son of Schottenheimer, or this is Schottenheimer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, the son of Schottenheimer. That's what I'll call him. You know, situations like this, never been a head coach before. They want to make a good go of it. Not to say that they necessarily, want to win the game or anything like that, but you're going up against another head coach who doesn't care about the preseason whatsoever. So, just based on that alone, I would like to roll with the Dallas Cowboys. I know it's all about evaluation with these games and getting the guys out there and seeing who's going to make the roster and who's not going to make the roster. But with that said, I would lay the 1.5 with the Cowboys. Just because of that, really. Nothing to do with the players and who's out there. Would like to see what Joe Milton's going to do if he is out there. He does have a thumb injury. But even after him, who is it? The kid from West Virginia, Greer.
Yes.
He's out there, so I think they can get it done. I'll back the Cowboys. I will also be I'll leave that game alone.
Fair. I'll agree with you. I like my Cowboys today. The reason I do is Justin kind of just said it in the chat. The Rams don't take the preseason seriously whatsoever, and they never have. I highly doubt they start this year. It looks like it's going to be a lot of Stetson Bennett for the Rams. Looking at Stetson Bennett's preseason numbers, they're not great, and I don't think they're going to be great here. And I kind of subscribing to everything Jovan said, too, about Dallas, where it's like, they've been in the news for a lot of bad press recently with the Micah Parsons and things like that. Shoddy's first game. It's preseason, but good vibes matter, And I feel like this preseason has been kind of a little different, where it's like, this preseason, based on 1 week, has not been like the last, like, it just hasn't. It's been it's been more interesting. I feel like it's been more engaging. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I feel like the approach to it's a little different. We're seeing more starters here in week 1. Does that really factor into the grand scheme of things? No. Are we seeing starters from either one of these teams? No, not really. I'm just saying overall vibes matter is my point. And I think Dallas could use some good momentum here, especially going up against a team in the Rams who historically has not cared about preseason at all. Will Greer's cool for preseason. So is Joe Milton if he plays. Small lane for me on Dallas. We will see Travis Hunter. We will see Trevor Lawrence and company tonight or today. Is that worthy of laying 4.5? I kind of think so. And this is another situation where I'm looking at a first-year head coach trying to get good vibes rolling for his team. Duval. I'm kind of feeling the Jags in this one a little bit. The Steelers this season, they're an older team. A lot of journeymen on this team. So this team is not as deep as some of the other teams in the league. The Jags have been so bad. They got a lot of younger talent, I'm imagining. I just think this is a good Jags vibe building, solid win for them. Steelers just get in, get out. Steelers know who they got. That's kind of my thought process for that one. Vikings, Texans. I'm just trying to get y'all the information you need to know because I probably won't drop the NFL video today. We got the JJ McCarthy probably will play here in this one a little bit. No starters for the Texans. I don't really love the backup quarterback rooms for either. I would lean Vikings a little bit in this one, but there's not a whole lot of readily made information in the game like this. You're getting some starters for the Vikings. For how long, we don't know. No starters at all for the Texans, and I don't really like the depth of Houston. Buffalo, New York, you will see starters for the Bills. No Josh Allen, however. For the Giants, you're pretty much going to see everybody. Jameis, Dart, DeVito. What does that mean? I don't know. I guess the only reason the Bills are favored in this game is because they're slated to play some starters. How long? We don't know. Is that worthy for laying 3? I doubt it. Small lean for me on the Giants. The Giants are a style team as well. That could use a preseason momentum building win, actually got some depth that they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with. Quarterback room that's actually all right for preseason action. Small lean for me on the G-Men. Ron the Don.
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards your Cowboys as well. Consensus on the Cowboys. I like Joe Milton. I've said it, I think he's going to be an NFL quarterback, starting quarterback at some point. I really believe in his talent. But I think the Cowboys, Will Greer, not my favorite option, but I still think they'll have enough. I think it's going to be a lower scoring second half, and I think the Cowboys win. Kind of an ugly game. So give me Dallas. But these big favorites in preseason have been dreadful. I mean, obviously on Thursday, Dogs 3-0 with 2 outright wins and 1 tie, getting 6+ points in a lot of those games. And then yesterday we saw the Browns, an absolute blowout win as a 6-point dog. So, the Patriots are really the only favorite that have covered. The Lions game got ended early, so a lot of those tickets are voided. So, for me, I'm not looking to lay 4.5 points with the Vikings, for example. This line now up to 4.5 at DraftKings, 3.5 most other places. But, these line moves have been incorrect, and big favorites have not been good. So, I'm going to take the points with the Texans. And, like I said, the Cowboys.
Yeah, I was wondering why my 3-teamer turned into a 2-teamer. I was like, how the hell it get voided? Because I bet it live, so it was at -6.5 for the Lions rather, and they won by 7. So I was like, what the hell's going on? But I guess they ended early. How did they end early? What happened?
There was a injury. Guy got an ambulance, so it was they suspended the game.
Was it a neck injury or something where it was he was paralyzed?
Kind of.
It was a serious injury, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because if it's not serious, then play on. But yeah, if it's a serious injury like that, then they usually.
It was pretty serious. Coach came out after the game and said that he was moving, breathing, and they're going to be running more tests. So that was kind of the update following it. But yep. Big Al says, I told y'all this the other day, you fade line movement in the preseason, you'll be a pretty, not a rich man, but you'll be a profitable man. Fading line movement in preseason is usually a good thing to do. And the reason for that is because a lot of preseason line movement is not sharps moving the line. It's not nothing like that. It's people reacting to preseason news that a lot of the time doesn't mean much anyway in the grand scheme of things. So fading preseason line movement is sometimes a really good way just to start your handicap.
Yeah, I mean, look at Joe Burrow. He played 2 touchdowns. Chase had a big day. They lose, blowout. So it's not worth the points you may think it's worth.
Yes, sir.
Not for the full game, at least.
4 more. We got the Tennessee Titans out on the road facing the Tampa Bay Bucks. I think we'll see a little Cam Ward in this one, I think. We have the Chiefs and the Cardinals. Andy Reid playing quote game again. I hate Andy Reid preseason. He makes me mad. We have the Broncos and the Niners. And the last one of the night is, was that it? I guess that's it. Or am I missing one?
You say Jets Packers?
Jets Packers, yeah. Where's that? Did I make that graphic? There it is. Yeah, I did. Jets Packers. There it is. I'm up first here in this slot. Let's see. What y'all need to know for this slot. What you need to know is no starters really for Tampa. Todd Bowles has not been that type of coach his entire career. I kind of like the backups a little bit for Tampa. You got like Kyle Trask, who, for preseason, he's all right. You will see some starters for Tennessee. Is that worthy of laying 3.5 on the road for a team that was the worst team in the NFL last year? I'm not sure. I actually kind of lean towards Tampa getting the 3 on the hook. Jets, Packers. You will see starters for the Packers. You will see Jordan Love. Likely a drive or two at most. For the Jets, I don't really remember what my homework was for the Jets. I don't think we're seeing Fields. I don't think we're seeing many starters for the Jets. I don't. Off the top of my head, if I remember correctly, I don't think we're seeing too many starters for the Jets. This is one of my least favorite games, so I'm really just trying to get y'all information. No starters for Jets, some starters for Packers, likely just limited action. And Chiefs, Cardinals, you might see Patrick Mahomes. You're probably going to see Patrick Mahomes. You might. I think you are going to see Patrick Mahomes for a drive, just like Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow played too, but you might see Mahomes. The thing about Andy Reid is he always plays it really cool quote-wise, and you can't really expect what to see from him. Mahomes might come out, play a one drive, look good, he pull him. He might play 2-3. You never really know Andy Reid. You just never really know. He could come out here and play 2 plays. Like, he's done it all.
I'd like the Cardinals more if Mahomes plays.
I would too, kind of. I would.
Because he's a downgrade from the backup.
No. If y'all don't know, Ron's the biggest Mahomes hater on the planet. And I would lean towards the Cardinals in that one, though. Nothing serious. Broncos, Niners. Lean towards the Broncos. You might see a lot of starters for the Broncos for limited action. Niners seem like they don't care whatsoever. So that's kind of the information I gathered. It was a lot to try to gather late this morning. So it was flooded kind of. So I'll be better next week on Saturday with my deep dive of NFL preseason. That's why there will be no video today. So apologize. We'll be back tomorrow. We should be back tomorrow. How many games we got tomorrow? 3?
2, I think.
2. So yeah, I'll be back for tomorrow. Ron, how you feeling?
Yeah, give me the Cardinals. Hopefully Mahomes plays. Give me the Jets. I think they have enough there. now up to 3 points. Opened at 1 or half a point in favor of Green Bay. Now up to 3. I'll fade that line move. Give me the points with the Jets.
Javon, you got any thoughts on the NFL? Close it out.
I would agree with the Cardinals. No real commentary. Y'all already said everything I need to be said about it. That Broncos line is kind of steep.
It is.
I mean, maybe I get it, but except Mac Jones is probably going to get some significant time in this one. So not to say he's a world beater or anything, because we all know that he's not. But I think he has a pretty good showing to back the 49ers in this one, especially if he's in the second half. Stidham's on the other side, as a backup. So there's that. Two former Patriots, I guess, doing battle against each other. But I'll give Mac Jones a shot, at him having a decent outing to get the underdog that money. Not an outright win. No, I'm taking a 7. I'll take the over in the Dolphins and Bears game. I like the Bears quarterback room. As far as the depth. That's tomorrow. Shit,
That's tomorrow.
Jumping ahead.
Fair. We got 2 games left, and they're both in the dub. We got the Sky out on the road facing the Fever. Fever 11.5-point home favorites, and we have the Valkyrie 4.5-point home dogs with the Sparks rolling in. Ron?
Yeah, this line has been crazy for the Sparks game, up to now 4.5. I'm going to take the Golden State Valkyries. Good home team. I think they bounced back. Obviously been struggling recently, but I think that this line is going way too far in the other direction. Getting some value now with this home dog. So give me Golden State.
Javon?
Sheesh. I really don't like anything, but when in doubt, take the Valkyries. I mean, this is a team they're covering team in their inaugural season. They're at home, still getting points. Against a team like the Sparks, I don't know if I like that. So I'll be on the Valkyrie, and might also, back them on the money line. I know that the Sparks, they're on a little bit of a run. What is it? 7-1, 8-1 in the last 9. But I think it might end here on the road in Golden State.
I'm thinking so too. I'm on the Valkyrie in Valhalla. They've just been one of my favorite underdogs all season. They've been a really profitable underdog, especially at home. The Sparks are playing well right now. I've been on them a lot recently, but I think this is a combination of overrated, overvalued, over a bucket favorite, over the Valkyrie in the Valkyrie's homeland. I think is a little crazy. So if you're going to give me over a bucket in my back pocket with the Valkyrie, and honestly, I know the Sparks are red hot. I know they red hot. The argument can still be had that the Valkyrie are the better team. So I'm taking Golden State. They've played each other 3 times this season. The Valkyrie lead the season series 2-1. The Valkyrie have also won both of the last 2 meetings, 89-81 in LA, 82-73 in LA. The Sparks won the first one, 84-67 in Valhalla. I don't know. It's just too many points to pass up with a really good underdog, the Valkyrie at home. No Angel, no Caitlin, no Jay. I'm cool. Forced to play it. I mean, I would lean towards the Fever, but it's a lean at best. Like nothing, nothing really. The Sky just haven't been great ATS post All-Star break. and Fever are the better team, but laying this many points with them makes my stomach hurt, and I'm cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. We covered 26 games in total. 16 from baseball, 8 from the NFL, 2 from the WNBA. Money making Saturday, ladies and gentlemen.
Feels like now 2 more from the CFL.
Oh, Lord. 28 and 12. What's going on in CFL? You can talk CFL. What's going on over there?
Well, I got my CFL play of the night tonight, so that's my favorite play for the Canadian Football League.
What are the 4 teams involved today?
We got Winnipeg versus Calgary. This is their 3rd time playing against each other this year. And the other game, I forgot. Goes to tell you, that might be the game that I have my best bet in. Winnipeg, Calgary.
Did the Alouettes win last night?
Nope. The Elks got them. The Elks go marching one by one. Hurrah.
Fair. When my Argonauts playing?
Tonight, actually, yeah. They're playing. Toronto's playing. It's only so many teams, Ron. How can't you remember this?
The Tiger Cats?
Nope. I can't believe I can't remember. I don't know. It goes to show you how much. Oh, Ottawa, right? Yeah, the Red Blacks. I lock in. CFL is very, very systematic. I don't look at statistics and players, and it's just very, very. It's honestly, you see a lot of soft lines because it's not a sport that's being bet a lot by the market. So you can find some good opportunities, some really soft lines, and that's what we've done this summer and last summer. So, we had BC the other night. We got another play tonight.
Fair enough, ladies and gentlemen. 28 games if you include the CFL. But that's it. That's all. We did it, man. Our favorite plays are over at PickDawgz Premium. Those are the plays we have the most money on, the plays we're most comfortable with, the plays we love the most. Ron the Don Romanelli, man, what you got over at PickDawgz Premium today, my man?
Yeah, I've got 5 plays total. I got that CFL play. I've also got my 3 favorite MLB selections in a 3-pack, as well as my rundown best bet in baseball. And then I've got my first NFL preseason release of the season. Yesterday, 2 and 3 had a couple heartbreakers. That Rays game that Jay got animated with was one of them. It was a tough break, 2-0 the whole game basically, and then they blow it. But looking to bounce back, and we're really excited about the rest of the month of August. We're getting ready for busy season with all the sports firing, so let's do it.
Let's do it. Hop on Ron the Don, Mr. Rundown, and kick the crap out of the books, ladies and gentlemen. Jovan, what you got going on today?
Yeah, so far I got 3 plays on the board. 2 preseason games. Looking for a third. I have a third in place. The only problem is none of the books have spreads on the first quarter. I think they've been getting beat up. That's why. So I'm gonna have to make a business decision on whether to back in money line or not. I mean, they only have points here or there, but depending on what you're on, that could be steep, that extra half a point. So I've got to make a business decision fast on that one. So I was looking to make a 3-pack in the preseason. So far I'm 2-0. If I would have played anything yesterday, it would have been 4-0. But that's neither here nor there. Jump on something long term on this side. I also have 1 MLB and might put 1 more MLB up on the board with that one. So yeah, jump on something long term so you get all this action.
I'm with Jovan Burks, ladies and gentlemen. Continue to kick the crap out of the books for me today. Actually like the card, but I'm going fairly light. I got 3 plays, and I got 1 each sport. 1 baseball, 1 NFL preseason, 1 WNBA. So, I'm just attacking my favorite play in each sport. We cashed yesterday in the NFL with the Cleveland Browns outright money line, whatever it was, plus 200 something. Puts us in the green for the preseason. I'm 1-2 officially, but in the green because of that play. Dropped my play of the day yesterday in baseball, so looking to bounce back on that. You guys can scoop that up today. And same thing in the dub. I dropped that last night. I had the Wings. They almost did it, but they didn't. So, and the reason I was there is, y'all know, spot situations. Bounce back game at home, and also happens to be a quick revenge game. It was a system play. A lot of people were mad at that. But you got to play the systems, man. You got to. So, looking for another winning day today. We'll get back on the horse. That's it. That's all, though. And ladies and gentlemen, brings us to that time of the show. Parlay time. Parlay. Ron the Dom, what you got for me?
Yankees money line. Brewers money line. Red Sox money line.
I'm Ron the Dom. Jovan.
We are going to roll with the Texas Rangers. Just a mixed parlay, so we're going to match it up with another team from Texas, and that'll be the Dallas Cowboys. We will also roll with the Boston Red Sox and match that up with the Golden State Valkyries. And we'll squeeze out one more. That'll be the Milwaukee Brewers, because why not? And extend the clip with the White Sox, -1.5.
What was that, a 7-teamer?
No, this is three separate 2-teamers.
Okay, my bad.
I mean, hey, listen, if you want to, I mean, look, I'm not promoting round robins or anything like that, but if you want to round robin those 6, there'll be a whole lot of parlays, but you might make a little bit of money if 4 of those hit.
Let's do this for me today. I'm gonna go Tigers. Tigers. Padres. Tigers, Padres. Cardinals. Jaguars. 14. 2 baseball, 2 preseason. Cardinals, Jags, Tigers, Padres. I like it. I like that a lot, actually. Money making Saturday, man. That's it. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We did a little longer show, but we had a lot of ground to cover. And of course, y'all know I had to buzz down my AP. Perfect time. And then I had to tell y'all why you don't pitch the Cal Raleigh in that situation. So made the show a little longer today, but it is what it is. Ron, any final words before we get out of here, man? I appreciate you joining us today.
Yep. Good luck, everybody. Enjoy the day. And hopefully we all make some money tonight. We had some consensus plays on the show today. Cowboys, Valkyrie. So not quite the Red Sox. Couldn't get there with Jay. But maybe I'll convince him after the show.
Javon, any final words before we get out of here?
We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same bat channel,
Yes,
same
sir.
dog channel.
Yes, sir. We'll see y'all then. Make it a winning day. We'll try to act more professional tomorrow. Man, that's it. That's all. We'll see y'all then. We out here. Peace.